for Uhuru. Thank you so much for joining us. As we always do before we get started, guys, make sure you go to dynastymirror.com. Again, make sure you go to dynastymirror.com. While you're there, grab some merchandise. Guys, please support, buy a book. Again, when you guys purchase a product, again, I offer tangible products, books, merchandise, apparel. So when you guys purchase a product, that money is reinvested back into the brand so we can continue to grow. Like I said, I have some exciting things coming down the line. So please go to dynastymirror.com. While you're there, please buy some products, buy some apparel, buy some books. Every one of you should have a book or a shirt. Also, like, share, and subscribe to the content. Again, like, share, and subscribe to the content, family. And tour April 21st through the 30th. April 21st through the 30th, Sierra Leone. Come and join us for a trip of a lifetime. Again, April 21st through the 30th, Sierra Leone. Excuse me, sorry about that. I just finished eating lunch. Come and join us for a trip of a lifetime, April 21st to the 30th. Email me, message me. Go to email me, uhuru@searchforuhuru.com. Again, uhuru@searchforuhuru.com. Without further ado, hold on. One more. Patreon. Become a monthly Patreon, you guys. Patreon.com, search for Uhuru. Patreon.com, search for Uhuru. Please support the growth. Again, Patreon.com, search for Uhuru. So if you guys find value in what I do, okay, become a Patreon, buy some merchandise, like, share, and subscribe. I mean, that's what you guys could do if you guys do find value in what I do. And even if you don't find value in what I do, still share the content, like it, subscribe. That doesn't cost you anything. Without further ado, we have a special guest on with us today, Brother Brandon with Pan-Africanism Strikes Back. And today's topic is how to avoid Africa repatriation scams. Now, Brandon, are you familiar with Fiancra in Ghana? You're not? Okay. So from my understanding, unmute yourself, Brandon. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with them.
Not familiar. So from my understanding, this was years ago. And people who are in the chat room, if you guys know about it, you could, in fact, people who are familiar with Fiancra, you guys are more than welcome to call in. From my understanding, and if you're watching this and if I'm butchering the story, I apologize. That's why you're more than welcome to call in. Oh, Kravon, listen. Okay, Kravon, I'm going to get into that, and I don't have the facts on that. Again, I wasn't defending. Okay, this is my thing, Kravon. I'm getting distracted a little bit.
No, go ahead.
No, but this is the thing. I have an issue with everything that's going on in Africa, right? Especially at the hands of non-Black people. When I see certain people call out African Americans who are returning and don't have that same energy for the Lebanese, the Chinese, and Indians, I have a problem with that. So it is not defending somebody. I'm really defending everybody because I'm like, you need to have that same energy for those groups. I mean, literally in Kenya, hold on, Brandon. In Kenya, there was a situation where in the back of a Chinese restaurant, you got this Chinese man whooping a Kenyan employee. So we have bigger issues. But when it comes to, and so I have a problem when we focus on returnees or Africans versus, because I don't go to Africa to argue or fight with other Africans. Like no one, I wish people don't have, I hope to God that when people go to Africa, that they are not there to fight and argue with other Africans. I just hope to God that's not your purpose to go there. You can stay here in America and do that every day. So when I see other Africans going after other Africans, when you have the Lebanese, Indians, Chinese openly disrespecting you, I have an issue with that. So it's not just about the individual, it's really about everybody. So anyways, Fiancra. So Fiancra was a situation in Ghana, from my understanding, years back, where a chief had given land to returnees, right? So the returnees were supposed to give that land to other returnees, but instead the returnees were charging other returnees. And it became an issue. And I'm not going to really go into the details of it because I don't have all the facts. But from understanding, again, the diaspora who were going there to claim the land were supposed to give the land to other diasporas who wanted to relocate to this area, but instead they were charging the diaspora, and it became a huge issue, a huge issue. So, how to avoid Africa repatriation scams? Brandon, go ahead and take it away.
Yeah, so I mean, I agree with your point. See, when you see the Chinese dude whooping the dude in Kenya, man, that's just the tip of the iceberg. You know, I've literally had to step in and say something just seeing like an Indian dude going ham on a female, you know, house help to the point where she was like looking like, you know, scared, like he was about to beat her ass. And then I was talking to my boy Richard. He had a similar situation happen like that. And you know, when we go out there and we step up to them and stuff, they, you know, they tuck tail and shit, they get scared. But there's a mindset among the African people like, yo, you don't, you know, like intervene if they're going in on like a female or a man who's working for them because they feel like maybe you jeopardize their ability to make money or whatever. But the thing is, you know, it's Africa. Money talks, bullshit walks, right? So like they won't have the same energy for you if they're benefiting from you in some way, right? You go out there and throw around a couple of thousand, shit, you can talk about, you know, you can say whatever you want to, basically, and they're not gonna say nothing. But I believe it's because the way R. Kathy was doing it, and also, I mean, R. Kathy, she really wasn't pumping no money in, she wasn't putting no money in nobody's pocket like that. So they just came for her. You know what I'm saying? I think the other people there probably put a little more money in people's pockets. So even if they say something kind of negative, no one's gonna come at them, or you're gonna do like Art Kathy. She was on the internet, and then you have other people from Gambia who are, I call them the boule, right? But they have access to these, you know, areas, these spaces, and now they got an issue with what Art Kathy said. But the point is, how not to get scammed by repatriation, you know, caught up in repatriation scams. And I did a show on this earlier today, and I actually made a list of things that you just need to do and not do. And so the first thing you need to do is you need to make a plan, right? How many of us are making a plan for ourselves? Setting a goal and making a plan to reach it, right? You're not making a plan. You're watching YouTube. You get some you have an idea like, oh, I want to move back to Africa. You get on YouTube, you see somebody on here with a harebrained scheme, right? They got a harebrained scheme, and you're like, ooh, that sounds like a good idea. And you get on the internet, and they start telling you, giving you what you want to hear. You know, they give you a little drama, a little bit of gossip, a little bit of this and that, right? And all of a sudden, you're a Jim Jones faithful follower of this person who you never met. Well, all that starts with one thing. You don't have a goal. You have a goal, but you have no plan, no personal plan on how to reach that goal. So now you're telling somebody else, hey, I want to just throw money at the situation. You go do all the legwork. Once they get your money, they have a choice. Am I going to do the legwork, or am I going to steal this lazy person's money and count on the fact that they're never going to come to Africa to, you know, hold me accountable for it? So the first step to avoiding getting caught up in repatriation scams is to set a goal and make a plan. And it has to be your plan, not someone else's plan that you're just trying to piggyback on. What do you think about that, Dynas?
No, I agree. Go ahead. Keep going.
Like you, Dynas, you have your own personal ambitions and objectives when it comes to the continent. I have my own, right? Now that we have our own, now we can kind of incorporate people in and help them, you know, along, but not totally do all the work for them, right? But just kind of show them the ropes on how they're going to how they can get to where they want to go easier. That's one of the first things. People are just jumping in butt naked, like don't know nothing. I've never been to Africa. Like, it's amazing how someone feels like it's logical to try to build a hotel in Africa before they've even ever stepped foot in Africa. You're going to build something in a place that you've never been to. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make sense. That's like saying, oh, I'm going to build a house in South Central Los Angeles, but you've never been to South Central Los Angeles.
Well, but I mean, now I got to interject. I know a lot of people who have bought land unsigned, unseen.
Yeah, and those people are not very bright.
Like, but I know a lot of people it's worked out for.
Yeah, see, but a lot of people it's worked out for doesn't mean that it is going to work out for everybody. And I guarantee you, a lot of those people who bought the land sight unseen, if they get there and it's not everything they thought it would be, they understand like, yo, I didn't go look at it. And it's probably not money that they're going to miss if they lose it, right? We're talking about people who are buying into ideas. These people are buying into ideas. There's no tangible nothing for them. Oh, you can do this and do that and do that. They get excited. Now the guy, like I said earlier, he sells women's shoes. He's Al Bundy, but he think he gonna go to Gambia and become a real estate developer or a real estate tycoon. You know nothing about the industry, but you believe that you're gonna go to Africa and become something that you're not. And that's where we stumble.
Brad, I'm gonna say this, and I've said this before. So a lot of people ask me, "Hey, Dynas, where the diamonds at? Where the diamonds at? Where the gold at?" And I'm like, I'm not in that industry. I don't know. And I just tell people, keep it simple. The industry you're doing here, and O'Shea said that a couple of nights ago, or was it, what's today, Monday? Or today's Monday. Oh, today's Tuesday. He said that on Sunday or Monday, I forgot. O'Shea was like what you're good at right now in America, just do that in Africa. And so like me, I'm getting my real estate license here in America. I'm gonna master that, then I'm gonna take that to.
And you can move it on, and you talk to Ty, the guy with Africa,
right?
And he's in that. So and I even work with him too because he's a person who has more experience, right? So the second point is you need to prepare yourself, and I'm not talking about just prepare yourself like got my ticket, got my bag of stuff, and I'm ready to go. You need to prepare yourself mentally, physically, and emotionally. You know what I'm saying? To actually go into Africa and make something happen and pursue your goals, right? If you're not prepared mentally, physically, and emotionally, you're more susceptible to go over there and get scammed, right? You gotta, like, if you're the type of person who can't walk past a bum without giving them money, you're gonna have to work on that before you go to Africa. Because when you get there, you're gonna see some things that are like very heartbreaking, and you gotta make sure that you don't spend $2,000 in a day trying to feed every kid that's begging on the street. If you're not a person who could do that, you're gonna have to do some serious mental unpacking before you go. Go ahead.
I would say this. I don't think it's as bad. Well, it depends where you're at. I don't think it's as bad there as it is here in America.
No. What I'm saying is people on there will walk up to you like, "Can I please have some money for some food?" They have no shame when it comes to like not insulting Africans, but I'm just saying people will come up to you with a baby and be like, "Please give me some money for my baby." And then you give them $1 or something, and like 20 people gonna run up on you. Like, and I know you experienced that, Dynas, because that's what happened to me. You know what I'm saying? When I was handing out some money. But there's people who just go with a good heart, like I want to help, and people capitalize on that. Like they know you are willing to give and feel sorry for people, and they say, "Okay, I got a sucker right here. Let me start selling the sob stories to this guy," and pretty soon you running out of money within the first couple of weeks of you being there. And I know people who this has happened to, just trying to be helpful.
Guys, hit that like button. We have almost 200 people watching. You guys are being stingy on the likes. The likes help with the algorithm. So please hit that like button. I greatly appreciate it. Again, please hit that like button. Greatly appreciate it. And in about 15 minutes, we're going to open up the line. So if you want to call in Uhuru at search for uhuru.com, Uhuru at search for uhuru.com.
So somebody said, "Come on, Brandon, that happens everywhere." See, people don't like to use their brain. If you come to America and there's poor people, you got white bums, Mexican bums, black bums, Chinese bums. You walk through, hey, look, these people have no relation to me. I'm not giving them shit. You go to Africa You feeling like, oh man, how many people dying get on here talking about, I want to go to Africa and donate to a school and do this and do this and that. But here in America, they don't do nothing like that. See what I'm saying?
Well, okay, let me. So I don't really donate to schools here in America. I have in the past.
Right.
I've had my nonprofit for years now. So I used to donate to schools, feed the homeless on Skid Row, but I haven't recently done anything here in America because I'm shifting everything to Africa. So like we just raise money. In fact, guys, I'll put in the community tab or area, whatever. The 11 kids who we supported at the school in Bo, Sierra Leone, we were able to cover the school fees for the whole year, uniform, school fees, books for the whole year, 11 children. So, primarily everything, my philanthropy and everything's going to be focused on Africa moving forward.
Like if somebody wanted to do philanthropy, they could get with you and understand like this is good to donate to. But we have to acknowledge there's a group of our people who really believe that they're going to go and donate and do all this stuff and help Africa help people get up on their feet. Like it's just a matter of throwing money at the situation. And people literally go over there and they get surprised because these are the people who are getting scammed. People who think, oh, they have a lot of ideas. And there's people they meeting who are like, I'll help you achieve your idea. And then you're getting suckered. Because if this is not what's going on, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. People wouldn't even be mad about nothing because everyone has enough mental fortitude to say, look, this is a bad idea. Let me not do it. But when
in fact, Brandon, what I did, I visited the school back in January. Like I went there. I went to the school. The video of me visiting the school and speaking to the students, it's on my YouTube page. So I visited the school, and then maybe about a month and a half ago, I was like, I got my nonprofit. So guys, I have a nonprofit, a 501c3. So this isn't just some, hey, let's donate. I have a nonprofit where when you guys contribute, it's a tax write-off for you for those who are here in America. So I have a nonprofit.
Your first trip to Africa, did you donate money to a school?
No.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. You got people. I mean, I have an investment group, so I got people calling me like, man, I want to do this and I want to give money to this and I want to give equipment literally every day. Have you ever been to Africa? No, right? So these people are out here. Now, imagine if they're talking to somebody else. Sure, bro, just send me the money and you can do this and do that. And they're going to do it. And that's what's happening. You have people who are not prepared mentally, physically, and emotionally sending money over to the continent without ever getting there. And then once they get there, it's not what they think. Like the lady who did the thing on R. Capty, that lady took a video camera and walked through this place and was like, ooh, look at the bathroom. You expect a family to go? Oh, a broken window. I'm like, lady, have you ever been to the projects in America? You sitting up looking at stuff that's bad, but it ain't that bad. Trying to make it seem like this is just the worst situation on earth.
Yeah, but at the same time, Brandon, we know what to expect from the projects. Like I think the way certain people, put out,
but that is like you said,
expectations were
like you said, things are worse here in America. But everything, when it doesn't go the way you want it to go, now you start to try to emphasize things based on like, now I'm trying to get people to come on over to my side to, go off on this person. So let me go through the house. Oh, a broken window with this. And, it's just people who are emotionally immature. They're not mentally prepared to really go and do things in Africa. What they're doing is looking at it from a romanticized point of view. And then when the romance part fades, it's like, yo, what the hell? Now they want to start making videos and tripping on people. Not saying anybody's guilty or innocent, but I'm just saying, if you want to avoid getting scammed for repatriation or any other reason, you need to be mentally, physically, and emotionally prepared before you go to Africa. Everybody on here tells you, go to Africa first. Go to Africa first. Go visit. Why have your money hit the African continent before you have? Makes no sense because you got emotional, you got excited, you bought into all these grandiose ideas, and your mind wasn't even thinking, but your hand was writing a check and sending it to somebody. So you have to be prepared. Not only do you have to plan, but you have to start to prepare.
All right, guys, make sure you hit that like button again. Please hit the like button.
Why
Brad, you ready?
they own you, Donis? Young Narmer, Nigeria don't have man. We're not talking about Nigeria right now.
Yeah, well, we've covered what's going on as far as SARS. We've covered that, and we'll cover it again. In fact, people who want me to talk about it, I'm willing. Tomorrow we can set up a show. You could call in. The experts on what's going on in Nigeria as far as SARS. You're more than welcome to come on. Just email me. In fact, somebody emailed me the other day, Dinas. This is what's going on. I asked her, let's do a show. I never heard back.
Right.
I'm not on the ground. Like, I see what's going on. We've already done a show. I'll do more, but everybody who's the expert as far as what's going on with SARS in Nigeria, let's do a show. Email me.
You don't even know what's going on unless you're there. You know what the news. It's like somebody watching CNN in Africa and believing everything they see on CNN. You're not there, so you just don't know. But these people are basically capitalizing on people who maybe don't have the money, or they're just kind of lazy. They don't want to get off there. Like, I was just in Africa. I got off my butt, bought my ticket, did the COVID, went through all this crap, and got to Africa to handle my business for my group, right? I'm going to do the footwork for my group, so they're not on here complaining about getting scammed. I'm going to do it. But how many of us are just like, yo, nah, I need somebody who fits all the dramatic criteria first, and then I'll give them my money? Because there are honest groups and people doing things out here, but for some reason, those groups are suffering to get the funds. But all these, I've been in Africa for 2 months. Oh, I'm on here talking crap on Africans. These are the people you choosing to send your money to. So what is it about us, right? What is it about us that makes us gravitate towards people who spew negativity and feel like we can trust them to give them our money? See,
but Brandon, I saw the place, man. You can't really excuse.
No. I'm not talking. The place was shitty. I'm not talking good about the place. I'm saying, what about Art Kathy convinces you that you should get that damn lady your money? I watched her stuff. I wouldn't give her $20 because I'm like, yo, if she's going in on the Africans the way she is, when I go to say, Art Kathy, I think some sort of, what you mean the segment fixing? She'll probably go off on me like that and make all this. You know how they are. You know how people are. That person couldn't walk into any professional setting in America and get somebody to hand them $1. But somehow there's a distinct group of people on YouTube who look at negativity, drama, and ignorance as a criteria for trustworthiness. The more ignorant and negative this person is, the more I want to give them my money. So it's an internal battle. It's a personal thing. Why are you feeling like you should give this lady your money when there are guys like Ty Nichols, who's a very well-spoken, very calm brother, very professional, experienced brother? He's running actual investment groups. But you're like, nah, screw him, because I know people have seen him because he's been on all the channels. Screw that guy. I want the lady who's ranting, acting like she's drunk on YouTube, right? And that's who I want to give. That's who I want to give my money to. So we got to understand that it's a matter of a lot of people have no emotional maturity. So they are able to get worked up to the point where their wallets come open for people who really have no resume or experience doing this type of work.
Hey guys, I sent the link out to a couple people. I'm just waiting for you guys to call in. Again, when I see the link, click the link and come on into the chat room. Again, if you guys have any questions or if you want to add to the conversation.
But that's what we're dealing with, just some immature people. And when stuff goes wrong, they're going to act like immature people. Dinas, let me ask you a question. If you have been one of these investors, you went over there, things weren't the way you thought they should be. What are you going to do? Are you going to pull out your phone, start recording, and post it to YouTube?
No, not. So yeah. The first thing I would do is reach out to the person and give them the opportunity to correct the issue. If it's not corrected, then we're going to have a problem.
Right. But are you going to get on YouTube, walk through the place, and post that on YouTube?
No.
Now, if you do that, that might be like several months down the line.
Yeah. But I'm always going to give the opportunity for the person to correct the issue.
I'm not going to do that either. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a certain level of graciousness. You have to be graceful, you know, and have dignity, be dignified with your behavior. But when you see what these people did, you see that it's actually two of the same type of people who actually have a beef with each other. They're really all the same type of person. But now one of them that got the money and scooted or whatever, allegedly, and now they got an issue with it. See, you don't have issues like that in circles with professional people, because professional people would be more worried about their image getting destroyed than they are about stealing your money. Also, people who maybe feel they're getting done wrong would be more worried about presenting themselves in a bad light.
Hold on 1 second, Harvey. Okay, guys, people who are in the chat room who disagree, you're more than welcome to call in. Like, I'm not reading all these comments. So again, if you want to call in, send me an email, uhuru@searchforwho.com, and you can state your case. All right, go ahead.
But if you've ever been in a real investment group, Dinas, most of these investment groups wouldn't even let these people in the investment group because they understand that these people aren't experienced at investing. So when they start outlining how investments work, they'll be like, the person gonna start tripping. What you mean? I gotta give you $25. You know, they're gonna be like the monster candy on Django. What about my $300? You know, like that kind of crap. So it's like you just have to have people who are mature emotionally, physically, you know, and mentally in a group, and that's what's going to help you avoid being scammed, you know, falling for repatriation scams. Like, I don't see any of these dudes talking about repatriating and sending them money that I would feel comfortable sending my money to. Therefore, I've never sent my money. A lot of people talk about Dr. Umar Johnson. I've never sent Dr. Umar Johnson a penny, although I support him in like what he's doing. I don't, when there's no paper trail, there's no proof that I gave whatever I gave, why would I send that person my money? Come on, guys. You can make payments through PayPal. You can even make a payment through Cash App and have a record of it. Y'all, how are y'all paying these people?
Golly, stop the show. Mammy, I've already done a show on the SARS issue. I've already done one, you guys. I need you guys to subscribe. I've already done a show addressing SARS. People, my family. I have done a show addressing SARS, and I will do another one. Okay, can we? Every time I do a live stream, the SARS situation comes up, and we've addressed SARS. We did a show, it was like an hour and a half. In fact, I take that back. The show was like 2 hours. And
tell them to do a super chat for $99, and we'll give them 5 minutes on SARS.
I mean, it's just, guys, I have covered SARS, and I'm gonna continue to cover SARS. But again, I would like to have on an expert who's on the ground in Nigeria or someone, and I'll do another show. We could do it tomorrow. So again, there's
more
I have done
SARS. There's more things going on than that. You can't just be on one thing all day. Like, there's an issue unfolding where it could cause a real rift between Africans in the continent and Africans in the diaspora. I think that is a more immediately pressing issue because, you know, you got a lot of negativity going back and forth. Then you have people who are operating like the European media doing this spin thing where they're like, it's my obligation and all this shit. No, it's your obligation to shut the hell up. That's what it's your obligation to do. But everyone's trying to get a name for themselves by putting Art Cathy's name on a video and scam this and scam that. And I think it's disgusting. You know what I'm saying? That's talk called capitalizing on negativity and drama. And a lot of our people have not gained mental maturity, you know, to the point where they can say, you know what, I'm not going to operate like a low down dirty scumbag and try to take someone else's suffering, pretend to care about it, and throw it on Front Street and then try to get views off of it. That's called virtue signaling, right? You guys know about SARS. Let's talk about virtue signaling, where a bunch of black folks are pretending to care about something they couldn't even give a damn about just to get their likes and views up on YouTube. That's the real issue. That's why this stuff gets super inflated, because everybody wants to try to, ooh, what's the trending thing? Let me throw it up, right? But Dinas, we have enough class to say, look, instead of going on an attack on Art Cathy and putting her face all on the stuff and all that stuff, what we're going to do is just address the issue of repatriation scams and give you information on how to avoid getting caught up in that. But that's not interesting enough. So we got to go down the rabbit hole of negativity.
Yeah, because I don't have all the facts on what's going on. So I don't have time to watch all the videos. So Knock Measy, go ahead.
Hey, what's up, brother? What's up, Brandon? How you doing? 2 times in one day. What's good?
What's up, bro?
All right, so Yeah, my only tidbit of information to offer here is that, when you're gonna make that trip to another place, especially Africa, you need to do your research first. And while you're stacking your money, while you're making your contacts, while you're visiting and making your connections, you also need to be learning the language. You can avoid a lot of scams and break some sort of barriers if you can understand the language and at least try to make an effort to speak the language, and also go from a point of power and not from a point of an asylum seeker. I saw a picture of a woman, young black woman. I think she was Black American. She took about a Black Star Square in Accra, and it said asylum seeker. When you go over there with that weak sauce mentality, all that sign really says is I'm a Vic. I've been in conversations in Accra with people, and it was uh it was a Black American sister that was sitting with a Ghanaian dude, and we had a conversation, and I just had to tell her, like, yo, right in front of him, like, look, you don't realize, but you're the bag, because you came over here like you had no culture, like you had nothing. So then you just put yourself at the mercy of people that are going to do the pain pimp scam, which a lot of us fall for because we go over there emotionally and not prepared for business.
Well, you condition yourself every day on YouTube first. What do we do on YouTube? Watch a bunch of garbage negativity. Oh my God, that's so sad. Kelly, if you went to Africa with just the experiences you had in America, you wouldn't even have a quarter of the negative mindset you do about America when you're going over there. But every day you go turn on different channels and let people fill your mind with not only your own negative experiences, everyone else's, and now you go over there like an emotional head case. I'm looking for culture. I'm looking for acceptance. Please accept me. Like that kind of crap. It's like coming to America when they left their luggage outside, right? And they stole all this stuff. You're exposing your whole hand, and people are like, yo, this fool is over here trying to get acceptance. We'll accept your butt for $500, and now all of a sudden you panning out your money, you getting scammed. And now you got an issue, right? Oh, I'm going back to America, whatever. You have to understand, plan. Do your research first, like Nakmeezy said, then plan, then prepare. Then you got to take it slow. Why is everyone thinking that? Like, yo, I'm going to say I want to move to Africa today, and in 2 weeks, I'm going to be living in Africa permanently. There's no rule or no time limit on how long you do your transition. I haven't moved to Africa. Why? Because I don't have my finances arranged in a way to where I can continue to generate enough money to where I can live comfortably on the continent, right? You don't either. The people scamming you didn't either. So what did they have to do once they got there and their money started dwindling? They had to start scamming. They had to they saw a sucker, and maybe they didn't go out there planning to scam people, but it's just something that is very hard not to do, especially when you have somebody who's not experience with handling other people's money. Like I told people earlier, I used to work in a grocery store. I used to be a bookkeeper. I've handled hundreds of thousands of dollars. You know what I'm saying? I was a manager for years, giving money to armed guards and everything. I've been around another person's money in the hundreds of thousands. If you've never done that, why the hell do you think it's a wise idea for you to start an investment group with no mentorship, no supervision, nobody who can, like, even with my group, I don't even handle the money. Someone else handles Ty handles the money for my group, because I'm like, yo, I don't do investment groups. Let me go get someone who has experience to mentor me. And I'm going to let him be responsible for the money because he's used to handling money in that capacity. All I got to do is be the face, market, go out, find the land. I do the legwork, and someone else has to find it. Now, nobody has to worry about nobody stealing, nothing. And if things go wrong, you got certain insurances and stuff like that. This is how you do things responsibly. Bring other people in. Y'all over here sending y'all money to people. Like, I think even like, and I hate to harp on R. Kelly, but I think that chick was like a flight attendant or something. What? Why would I give a damn flight attendant who been in Africa for a couple of months my damn money? And no one's asking themselves these logical questions. Like, dude, why would I give Al Bundy $25,000? You know what I'm saying? It's $25,000. He sells women's shoes. What is there unique about selling women's shoes that uniquely qualifies him to take my $25,000 and then act responsibly with it. Does that make sense to you, Dynast?
No.
Right. So if you just punch that common sense button, right, you will avoid a lot of problems. A lot of problems. But a lot of us are just like, we got all the reservations, but then when we start making our advancement or proceeding, we're not using any of the common sense that was bestowed upon us at birth. So take it slow, right? Take it slow. And then I got other points, but I want to let the other guys.
Let me jump off real quick, but I'll leave y'all with this. With the whole people going to Africa, specifically Ghana, to get free land. First of all, I'm not with that.
There's no such thing as free land.
Exactly. But these people who are leaving America, going to Africa, trying to get handouts. I'm telling you like this: if you're that broke that you're looking for land that is below market value, or trying to acquire land at the expense of local Ghanaians, you need to stay in America. Because what you're doing, my thing is this: no one from the diaspora should be getting any free land in Africa until every African born on that continent gets it first. Other than that, you're just being a leech. And if you're a leech and you're not going there with your money right, you need to stay where you are, get right, and then make moves.
Well, what if, like, this is the thing: if you don't even have any land in America, you rent a single apartment, and you believe that you're about to go be a land baron in Africa. Do you even understand the work that comes? Tell me, we got 100 acres in California, right? That's a lot of work. I had to freaking rent a bulldozer just to make it accessible for our trucks and stuff like that. That's in California. You ain't even hit that zone yet in where you live, but you believe you about to go to Africa and do that. Come on, man. No, you got to know thyself. Remember when all the little woke people, know thyself, know thyself. We clearly have shown that we don't know ourselves very well because we believe we're going to go to another foreign country, somewhere totally, we don't even know the language, which is another point Nakmeezy brought up earlier. We don't even know the damn language, but we think we about to go do business. If you go to my channel and watch my videos, you will hear me speaking Swahili. You will hear me speaking it. I don't be yelling it because I'm still working on it, but I do communicate with people in their language, and I can get points across and get what I want to go and stuff like that. Then I also got 2 or 3 Kenyans who they with me who go correct me, make sure everything's on the up and up, and everything is going right, going properly. I got a crew with me who I could trust. You like, yo, I'm gonna get off the plane with my backpack and my freaking waist beads and walk into Ghana or wherever you're going, people of Ghana. I'm gonna walk into there, and the gates of heaven will open up, and everyone will run and throw palm branches at my feet and lead me onto this land that I'm gonna purchase for $3 an acre. Like, this is literally the type of mindset we're approaching this with, Dynast, and it's absolutely ridiculous. So you have to take it slow. Another thing is you need to find your peers. Why are people who are middle class African Americans going to Ghana, different African countries, and the primary people you're dealing with are people who are living at a subsistence level of poverty? Like, you don't go there and be like, yo, I'm going to hang with some lawyers or people who are in my income bracket. So, like, they're less likely to be trying to scam me because they don't see $200 and get the green-eyed monster. No, you want to go hang with the guy who was selling waist beads outside the airport who survives on like $5 a month because you got a brother kinship bond with him. But really, he's just looking at you like a come up, right? He's looking at you like a come up. Oh, you okay, Brandon? Nah, he's like, look, this person, they writing in English. Anyway, so you're not doing that. You're going with people who they really have no choice but to look at you like a come up. And so you need to, when you go to Africa, make an effort to find your peers, people who are maybe in the same, financial class as you. Like, I gave an experience when I was in Africa. I went to the beach and my bank locked my card. This is recently. My bank locked my damn card, right? And they locked in my card, and I'm on the beach, like, fun in the sun, and I couldn't even pay the dude, the cab dude, with the app I have. I couldn't even pay him because it kept on rejecting. So I'm like, yo, what am I gonna do? So my friend Francis, I call him like, yo, Francis, I need some money. That dude's like, yo, how much you need? I said, man, I need like $500. This is $500 US, right? Because I didn't know what was going to come at me. So I needed enough money to do what I got to do. Man, he said, it's already sent. Within 2 seconds, he sent $500 to me, Dynast. I was able to pay for everything in the next morning because it's night here when it's day there. The next morning, I called the bank and we got all situated. How many of you going to Africa got people like that on the ground who you could depend on for that kind of money in case you get in a bind? Or are you going to Africa like you're the Black Messiah, throwing freaking money left and right, got a whole entourage of people like, yo, we with him because he got the weed and the drink and the money, and you rolling down the street, and then when things go wrong, you get scammed, somebody don't treat you honestly, now you're complaining. And Dynast, you know that that's happening because I know it happens because I see people doing it all the time, right or wrong.
Right.
You got to get with your peers, people who you can depend on. You know what I'm saying? And I love people, and I'm just as down to earth as anybody. You feel me? I've slept in, places with lizards and bugs and everything else. I've slept in a house with a dirt floor in Africa. I have no ego when it comes to that type of thing. I'm not a person who grew up rich. I didn't grow up poor, but I didn't grow up rich. But I understand I can get it how I live no matter what, right? I didn't slept outside before in America. So, but I do understand there's levels to this. There's different types of people on the planet. We want to go in like everybody is the same and everybody's just coming from the same experience. And that's not real. So when you go to Africa, you have to find your peers and build trusting relationships with them. If you want to buy land, go talk to a lawyer in Africa. Go say, hey, I'm doing this and I'm not sure about it. What do you think? Do you even know the laws of the land? No, even the Bag family has some stuff happening where they were like at risk of like losing everything they had or something. And they're like, after 15 years of being here, blah, blah, blah. Come on, y'all. In Susan's tribe, I am not being a dream killer. Stop yourself. You need to, I'm being a reality instiller. I'm going to instill a little reality into this situation because there's too many people sleeping. That's why they all are caught up on a dream. I want them to have success, like that's the reality. But
all right, guys, call in is Uhuru at searchforuhuru.com. Call in is Uhuru at searchforuhuru.com. For everyone who has super chatted, thank you so much for the super chats. Again, thank you so much for the super chats. Thank you for super chatting, everybody. Also, go to dynastymir.com. Again, go to dynastymir.com and then tour. April 21st through the 30th, we are going to Sierra Leone. April 21st to the 30th, we're going to Sierra Leone. Message me. Go to dynastymir.com or go to Uhuru at searchforuhuru.com. Email me, message me about the tour. I'll go ahead, Brandon.
And Susan, I was wearing your mask in Kenya too, and everybody loved him. Some white lady was like, "Is that an African design?" I was like, "Get the hell away from me!" But people was really feeling those masks. So Susan is dropping some quality material. I mean, she had the African mask that Africans was jocking. So she's definitely delivering.
Shout out to my mask right here. Shout out to Susan's tribe, everybody.
I don't even know where my mask is. It's probably still in my backpack. But
shout out to everybody. Shout out to Susan's tribe.
And her mask,
my mask right here.
And her mask do work because when
I had two of them, I don't know where my other one went. No, that's what I said to Fitzgerald. So shout out to Fitzgerald. Shout out to Susan's tribe, everybody. This is my mask right here. Got this from Susan's tribe.
Dynast, her mask worked. Some white dude coughed directly in my face when I was wearing my mask, and I did not catch COVID. So her mask do work. They are quality. But what I want to say is this. So people are saying I'm wrong and stuff. I'm just going to quickly go over the points I made, and you guys can all tell me where I'm wrong. Plan and set a goal. Prepare mentally, physically, emotionally. Take it slow. Find your peers. Build relationships. Create your own circle. If you can tell me where I'm wrong in that, you win for the day. I'll get off this thing right now. But I'm not wrong. I'm right. If being smart is wrong, I don't want to be right.
All right, go ahead, Marie.
Yeah. I have just a few things I wanted to say. Really.
Do me a favor, Marie. If you could speak up. Oh, that's actually mine. Let me turn on my. Go ahead, Marie. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. What I was going to say was, there's a few things that Brandon said which I really disagreed with, and there's a few things he said that I've agreed with. I just feel like with the with the whole Art Cathy situation. Um, I felt like a lot of Black Americans defended her without trying to understand the point of view of a lot of the Gambians who were attacking her. And this thing that Brandon says, that obviously some Gambians had access to the internet, and all of a sudden they were attacking her, and obviously Art Cathy wasn't throwing money at anyone. Art Cathy has a lot of points, which is all Gambians will tell you that she did. But at the end of the day, the way that she spoke about Gambians, it was derogatory, it was disgusting, it was awful. And on top of that, which you mentioned earlier, that you felt like you were defending, you were just basically standing up for all repatriates, and that we shouldn't be saying anything if there's things like Lebanese, Chinese. Any African who you speak to will tell you there's issues with the Lebanese, but that does not make people like Art Cathy
No, Marie, I understand that, but
immune
Marie,
from
if I can
criticism.
interject, if I can interject real quick, Marie, I get that, I understand that Africans will admit that there are issues with the Lebanese, Chinese, and Indians, but if you see the number of videos from Gambians going after Art Cathy, show me that same number of videos, even more, going after the Lebanese.
It's
They
like
are. I know Gambian YouTubers who are attacking issues that we're having with the Chinese fishermen, issues that we're having with the treatment of Lebanese. It's there. If you look for it, you'll find it. But obviously, Art Cathy's issue exploded. Someone like Amy Job, for example, she recently uploaded a video about an issue with a Chinese fisherman who was caught passing bribes to a Gambian politician. So
okay, here we go, Marie. I'm sorry, let me interject. Has there been any petitions wanting to kick the Lebanese, Europeans, or Chinese out of Gambia?
there's been protests to keep
No.
Chinese.
Petitions.
the Boule organized, because every revolution is started by the wealthy in every country ever. Has the Boule of Gambia went and said, I want every Gambian citizen to sign a petition to get rid of these Chinese people who are controlling our ice factories and all this distribution? No, there has not. And that's what
There have been.
Wait one second. We're not excusing everything you said about what Art Cathy said was 100% true. It was disgusting. I went on Art Cathy's channel for the first time. Soon as I saw what she was saying, I was like, look, how are you a healer? But everything you say is negative and derogatory, and you're damaging people. This was my only sentence I've ever said to Art Cathy. She's a 100% hypocrite. I will say that publicly and even to her face. You don't go in somebody's house and disrespect them, right? You don't do that. But what we're saying is this: if you guys kept the energy that you have for getting Art Cathy out the country, you guys would have been able to get rid of the Lebanese out the country and the Chinese. If you guys had the energy to get the Lebanese out that you had to get Jammeh out the country, you would have got the Lebanese and stuff out the country. But the reality is, when it's somebody who's not like you, we have this thing in our community. We love to go after the low-hanging fruit. That's why a gang member kills another gang member, but he's afraid to shoot a cop. It's easier to kill the person who looks like you. It's easier to go and attack the person who looks like you because it is a form of self-hate and self-annihilation. We're not saying you're wrong. What we're saying is, if you need to continue have that same type of zeal when it's dealing with your true enemies, because I don't think Art Cathy is an enemy of Gambian people. Art Cathy just act like a Negro who ain't never been nowhere, basically. You can't take her nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like Drake said, why you want to argue with me at Cheesecake? You know what I'm saying? She strikes me as that type of person. But here's the thing. If we're going to get rid of that cancer, we need to get rid of all the cancer. We ain't going to go cut out the kidney cancer and leave the colon cancer. But y'all wasn't doing that. Renee Marcus, the person with the biggest voice on YouTube, in my opinion, who's Gambian, I don't see no videos of her talk about we need to get the Chinese out here dominating our industries. I don't see no video of her saying we got to get the Lebanese out. I didn't even see no video about her buying land until diasporans was going in there buying land. Then she bought some land, right? And I called her out on that as well. Of course, she ignored it, but the hypocrisy has to stop on both sides.
No, the That's rubbish. Whatever Renee Marcus puts on her channel, that's her business. But from what I've seen so far, it's basically well, it sounds like she has bought land for quite a long while now, and she's been working on a poultry farm. But that's beside the point. What I'm trying to say is,
but why haven't
Ad Carthy is just one
Brandon,
individual.
Brandon, let her finish, Brandon. Let her finish, Brandon. Go ahead, Marie.
Gambians had protested about the issues with the Chinese. Ad Carthy is one individual. Obviously, we don't like what she's saying, and obviously, the petition wasn't going to do anything. Everybody knows that it was just to prove a point. But at the end of the day, the Chinese people have protested. People have petitioned the government to make sure that they stop the harm that they're making to fishes in Gambia. But Kathy is an individual. Just because we made a petition, so we're supposed to just, sit back and watch her talk to people like that? She's an individual, but she needs to know that what she was doing was wrong. And the only way to get that message across was a petition.
She already knew she was wrong. That's the whole point. She already knew she was wrong. But that's when it's on you guys to go and say, hey, do not go work for her. Do not do this. Do not do that. Or go to someone who got power. Come on, man. You can go to the local magistrate and give him $300 and he won't let her even rent nothing in the whole county. Come on, bro. I know people who do stuff like that in Africa. It ain't that hard. But what I really believe was this was just something that was used to fuel views and likes and, donations and stuff on YouTube. And we got to be honest about what's going on because the African people act so helpless. Oh, this is not going to do anything. But it's like, then you guys claim how much power and stuff you got in your country. I mean, it's either one thing or another, right? I consider myself an African person too, but I know that they are not vetting people on YouTube. They do not do a background check before they let you start a YouTube channel. They do not do a background check before they let you get a passport and get on an airplane, not like no serious background check. And it's like anybody's going to be able to come. So people are going to have to be able to develop a thick skin and not let just some idiot yelling out stupid stuff, mess up what they're doing. Do you realize that we're turning a molehill into a mountain? Go to Gambia. 99.9% of Gambians don't even know who the hell Art Kathy is. And
They
y'all
don't.
taking her and blowing her up larger than life. That lady is nobody in America or Gambia. But you guys let her occupy space in your mind because emotionally there's a lot of immaturity on both sides.
Okay, let me just say this. You are right. A lot of Gambians don't know who Art Kathy is. Most of the Gambians who are on YouTube, though, who are on the internet, they do know who Art Kathy is. Gambia is a very small country. And one thing I do want to say is as well that it's very disingenuous when people say they're going to go to Africa and then save people. People have been repatriating to Africa for years, several years, and this has never been a problem. But all of a sudden, you see comments on YouTube, oh, we're going to come, we're going to change this. You're not going to change anything. Just come, do your business, buy your house, buy your land, do whatever you want to do. And, stop with the tone, the talk as if Africans don't know what they're doing. Just come, do what you want to do, mind your business, and stop talking down to people who are there. It's really, really not helping at all.
The problem with Art Kathy is she doesn't hang around her peers. Art Kathy hangs around a bunch of people. Let me tell you something. If you come
hold on, Brandon. Marie, are you in the UK?
Yes, I'm in the UK.
Show your face real quick.
I'm not really. I'm not really.
Here we go. Okay. Marie, do you have a YouTube page?
I do, but I don't really post anything.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, Brandon. I just had a. Okay.
Yeah, there's always a certain level of anonymity. But anyway, the thing is, if you come to America, right, and I take you down to 103rd and Main, right, in LA, right, you're going to go there. And if you're a professional African person from the UK, you're going to say, man, these people are, they're not my cup of tea. They're not really there. They're not really mentally my peers, right? They don't see things the way I see things, right? Now, if I take you over to Wilshire and you're like a lawyer from Africa, you can be like, now these are a little bit more like my people, they got to understand class and elegance and they're educated, right? That's everywhere you go. Art Kathy, they're just people who go, they interact with a certain type of person in that place, and then they come to a conclusion based on those people that they're dealing with, right? So they have a false narrative. she doesn't go to people who can make her look stupid and present a realistic argument to make her have to shut up, because she goes and forms an opinion and then comes to YouTube where there are a bunch of other people who know nothing about where she's at. And guess what? Now they're all together basically gassing each other up on stupidity. This is happening, right? What I'm saying is we have to learn to deal with these people for what they are. Our Kathy, she's like a baby. She can't control what comes out of her mouth. Look at her for what she is. Let it go. Let it go. Let it be that. Just like if I go to Africa and I was in Kenya, I'm in the market shopping. Some dude calls me a white dude, calls me Mzungu. Did I go off on the guy and make a video, beat him up and all that stuff? No. Dude, the dude's an idiot. So let me just keep it pushing. Why are we giving so much attention to
the problem that you're forgetting is that
Marie, real quick, let me Jahari, I can't hear you.
She's muted.
Hi, how you doing?
Good.
I think like I'm in agreement.
Jahari, are you in the UK too?
Yes, I actually live in Los Angeles, but I'm from the UK.
Are you Gambian?
I'm sorry?
Are you Gambian?
I have no idea what I am. My family are from Cuba and Jamaica.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, never mind. Go ahead, Jahari.
Okay, so I agree with Brandon. I also agree with Marie in some ways. I think we need to, first of all, if we're all repatriating, we need to go home and have a respect for our people the same way that we do wherever we live. We can't go there and start, downplaying how they operate, how they live, etc., etc. We need to go there with a plan in motion to help develop our home. If we're going home, then we need to go there with a mindset that we want to go and help develop our home. And we do need to go with a plan. You can't watch YouTubers and expect to go and live YouTubers' life, because that's not your life. What's your plan? What's your contribution? And I think we need to be patient, because we cannot go there and expect to, like, for instance, I live in Los Angeles. I don't live rich in Los Angeles, so I'm not going to go to the Gambia or Ghana expecting to live rich there. So be realistic about what you can afford, what you can give in contribution to help with the development. And Brandon's right. Go there with like your peers, or like I would like to go and do farming, but I don't know enough. I know somewhat about farming, but I don't know enough for me to go there and just walk into a farm and set it up and keep it moving. That's not how it works. You know what I'm saying? We need to go there and work with the people and develop our people together. It's not about just going there and living the flossing life. I'm getting, like, as I'm watching YouTubers, I'm getting different, perspectives on things, and it's good information and good education. But at the same time, who are you? And who are you before you get there? Like, I've never been to Africa. I've been to Morocco, but that's not my idea of Africa. So I'm not going to go there and think, oh my God, I can change the world, because that's not realistic. You can't even do that here in Los Angeles. I work in downtown LA. I work with a company that's affiliated with Skid Row. We still can't save all those people, but we want to go to Africa and save everybody else.
Jahari, I used to, every Sunday, I had a mission called Project Peanut Butter and Jelly. And every Sunday, I would go to Skid Row and feed the homeless. And from my understanding, the homeless situation in LA has gotten even worse from 9/11 2014.
I worked on Skid Row for 2 years.
I work on Skid Row, and I've worked with a homeless nonprofit for over 8 years. We have it in the UK too. We have homelessness in the UK too. I've worked with them. I've always given back. But my concept of giving back is my time. You know what I'm saying? As well as contribution of finance. So we need to kind of think on the ground, like, okay, you want to go home to Africa. Okay, I would like to, like Blacksit, there's little things that I take from each YouTuber. Like, I like the fact that Blacksit say, you integrate with a family for 2 years. You know what I'm saying? You work with that family, you put your investments in with that family, you live with them, you grow with them, and you all develop together. That's what we should be doing. because
your own circle.
we can't do it all. It's not going to work.
Create your own circle. That's what you have to do. You can't go out
build
there
your
like,
community. Build your community. You know, if you know anything about, like, I come from a family of Rastafarians, so I'm all about community and tribal unity. And I think that's something that we need to go with that concept when we go home. You know, that's the reality for me. I'm only speaking for myself. And like I said, I agree with what Summer Marie says, and I agree with what Summer Brandon says, and what a lot of people say in and out. But I know for me, I'm not trying to go to Africa. Yes, I want to go home, but I have a 5-year plan that I'm working on. I'm going to visit first, you know what I'm saying? Feel out the places that I like. I've got some friends that live in Ghana, in Kenya, in other places. So I'm going to visit, and then I'm going to make my assessment. We need to go with due diligence, and also do some research, do some homework, read some books, get educated. You know what I'm saying? And strengthen our souls before we think that we can just fly out and live with Art Cafe or whoever, and they're going to solve all our problems. It's not going to work like that. Things don't happen like that where you're at in America, much less. And I'm from the UK, and I've lived in America for 27 years. My father was military, so I've traveled and moved around. You know what I'm saying? So I understand the concept of that, but also we have to be realistic. That's my take on it.
Okay. Marie, I'm just very curious. Can you show your face, Marie? Marie, show your face.
I'm not really in a state to show my face.
Oh, bless her. She's not got her best garments on. Leave her alone.
Okay, Jahari, are
I'm
you
in a
your
hair bonnet.
Sunday's
I'm
best,
not showing
Jahari?
my face at the moment.
Jahari, are you in your Sunday's best, Jahari?
I'm not in my Sunday best, no. But I don't care. I don't care. You know what? Let's not go there. No, I'm not in my Sunday best. But you know what? To be fair, it's up to people how they want to, come online, whatever. For me, I don't care. You know what I mean? I'm raised Rastafarian. I don't care.
I don't see
I'm very
just showing your face real quick and then clicking back.
Yeah, we'll move on.
I'm not showing my face. I'll just say something real quick, and then I'll leave you guys. One thing I will say to people who plan to repatriate to any African country, like I said, I'm all for it. I love seeing videos of people going there, finding themselves, mingling with the community. If you're going there, pick a language, and obviously, like we were speaking about earlier, don't send your money to YouTubers who you know absolutely nothing about. Visit at least once, so you have a feel of the place. If the poverty is too much for you, there's 54 countries to choose from. And the high and mighty attitude, just leave that at the airport. You're here to, like you said, repatriate, mingle with the people, know the culture, and try and see if it's somewhere that you want to stay. That attitude, hopefully this will just be a one-off, but let's just leave that in the past. I honestly believe.
And the thing is, when you go to Africa, everything should be, your first few trips should be all about learning, right?
Right.
And it's like, how do you invest money in a place where you don't even know the language? You don't even know how to say, can I get a cup of coffee in the language? You don't know anybody. You don't even know how to negotiate, right? Like, you don't know how to do any of those things, but you feel comfortable sending your money to that place, to a person who also doesn't know the language, also can't negotiate. Also, like, my place is Kenya. I can go to the worst ghetto of Kenya and buy things and I get ripped off. I've done that on video. I got that on my channel.
Yeah.
This person can't even say, I want a cup of water in whatever language they speak in Gambia, right? But you're going to give that person your money? Like, does that even make sense? So everything when you go to these countries, it should be all a learning experience. First, you have to learn, then you can invest. Don't put the cart before the horse. Then you got to negotiate. How do you know that this person got the best price for your money, right? Because I mean, I've seen people, we're working on a piece of land. They wanted to charge us $40,000 for that piece of land. Turns out it was when I went and talked to my friends, and then we all went together and talked to this same guy. Wow, the price came down to $18,000. like magic. Wow, a miracle, right? How do you know she's even able to get the best deal with your money? How do you know you didn't send your money and she thought it was going to be one thing and then they switched it up on the last minute and now that money didn't go as far as you thought? You don't know any of this because the reality is you're throwing money at a situation that you know nothing about. And that's how you're getting scammed. You know, that's how you're getting caught up in repatriation scams. That's one of the main things.
All right, Marie, we appreciate you coming on.
Thank you.
Yeah, I also feel like, you know, like, let's go there with some respect. You know what I mean? Like, let's go there and respect our people as well, you know? Let's not think that we're going to go there and invent the wheel. And let's not go there and think that we're going to be better than, you know what I'm saying, the people that are there. Because I agree with the guy that came on earlier. How the hell are you going to go to a country and expect free land? And there's people that live there that don't have the rights to free land. You know what I mean? That just sounds so ridiculous to me. It's a matter of principle.
Yeah, but that's ideological because you got other races who gonna go there and buy the land. So what do? You wait for the world to be perfect to get your piece, and then you don't get a piece. That's the same thing you said on Skid Row. How you gonna go down to Skid Row and rent an apartment when there's people on Skid Row who can't afford an apartment? If you wait for everybody on Skid Row to have an apartment before you get one, you're gonna be living on Skid Row. So it's the same dynamic. I'm not gonna encourage nobody to wait for that. If you got the means to go buy and afford, go buy and afford. Because what people don't understand is when people go do that, they actually infuse money into the economy. They're hiring people. You don't know about farming, but you can go to Africa, buy a farm, and hire locals to work the farm for you.
Exactly.
Now you're feeding people. So you gotta go do that. This moral stuff, the white man got us all caught up on morals. That's why we doing bad in America, because everything's a moral issue. Some things are just not moral issues. It's just straight up and down capitalism. And either you're going to participate or you're going to sit on the sidelines and you ain't going to have no money to feed your family or nothing.
Gotcha. Okay, and Dinus, happy to let somebody else come in if you want me to step out.
Okay, Jahar, we appreciate you coming on.
Free land in the north for cultivating.
Roger, go ahead.
What's going on, Dinus? What's going on, Brandon? First, I would like to say, hey, man, don't send your money to nobody. Don't send your, and I'm going to tell you something completely opposite of what I say to that. With Umar, I gave money to Umar. I gave him about 500 beans. This was maybe about 3 years ago. I don't regret it. Won't do it again. And here's the thing with our Kathy. I don't want to say that she scammed me, but something wasn't in the up and up. Let me explain that. So now, I didn't send no money for no investments down there. I was going to Gambia to stay there for 30 days. You feel me? So I figured, all right, man, this sister down there, let me stay with the sister, let me spend my money with her, then spend it with somebody I don't know. Long story short, I booked the place for 30 days. Soon as I didn't get a call back, no nothing, no message, to let me know, hey, even like 2 days before the flight, I ain't nothing. So I'm like, this is interesting. So now my flight got canceled because of this COVID thing. My flight got canceled. So, I ain't lose no money in the flight. But my thing was this is why I can't really scam her, because, being
Somebody,
that,
you say Mike.
Okay, so I don't want to say that she really scammed me, because I looked at it this way. I said, if this was the white man, because I always got to give it was the white man, and I booked with a hotel, and everybody knows 48 hours before the hotel reservation, if you don't cancel the reservation, you're out your money. You know what I mean? This is what happens with a hotel. I gave her that benefit of the doubt, and I don't believe that I was wrong to give her the benefit of the doubt for that, because I'm like, I ain't gonna do her like that, because I've been in a situation a couple of times where I was gonna stay at a hotel 48 hours prior to it. I wasn't able to make it, and my money was gone. So I wasn't gonna do I wasn't gonna go ahead and make no freaking YouTube video and get all my, and it was like $627. I'm like, whatever. I took a $627 hit. Now, is that a lot of money? Yeah, but I don't really I don't penny pinch. I don't do something that I can't afford the risk, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean? So now, check this out now. That Negro Quasi called me yesterday. I saw it on my kids' life, my phone ringing. I'm like, who the hell is this? Now, do mind you, this is almost that 2 months past from the day I was supposed to stay there. So I'm like, who this? He said, oh, I'm just crazy for so and so and so. He said, hey, I said, man, I sent you an email call, y'all. I said, my flight got canceled. I mean, I figured you stole my money and I just took the hit. He said, man, no, man, it ain't like that. I'm like, Negro, it is like that. You know what I mean? You ain't got to lie to me now. You know what I mean? It's 2 months past the friggin' past the day I was supposed to stay there. I say all this to say is this, man. Like I said, I wasn't going down there to friggin' live. I was just going down there to go check it out for 30 days. And I like to fly in 30-day blocks because, believe it or not, it's cheaper to go for 30 days rather than go for 2 weeks. It just is. So, I don't know how to, again, maybe I don't want to say I was naive to give a break because I still believe, like I said, it was, if that was a hotel, this is what happened no matter what. My money would have been gone. But, a lot of people try to give her the benefit of the doubt. When I paid, her name showed up. Art Kathy Hills. It was her name all over the paperwork. So I ain't trying to hear nothing that she didn't know. And,
but at the same time, bro, she has to be accountable to you as well. The hotel has a policy. It's owned by a bunch of board members. They have to operate in the best interest of the board. Art Kathy just took your money and was like, he can't come because COVID, and I'm not even. And she did one of those. If he don't bring it up, I ain't gonna bring it up. So she just saw your little email and she just scrolled on past it. But the thing is, why don't she put it on Airbnb, something like that, to where it's legitimate? Even the places that I rent, I book those. I put those up on Airbnb. So if like something does happen, that person, I have a guy named Peter. He booked with me, but no way was I gonna let him stay at my place because he was talking about having a party. But he booked it in advance. He already paid. He said, bro, I haven't got a refund. I said, call Airbnb. He calls me. He hits me back. Yo, I hit them up and they issue my refund. Bet. Thank you, bro. Have a nice life, right? So there's a lot of things she could do to make it better, but they're not. I don't think that they're necessarily scamming. I think they're just not dealing honestly. They're not doing what they said they're gonna do. And when you're doing something grassroots, that's like it's coming from it's for the people by the people. You just have to be more transparent. There's no transparency there. It's just a lady getting on YouTube every now and then.
And to piggyback,
she's drunk, but she's ranting, and then a bunch of freaking people on there. Yeah, girl, speak truth to power. Woo, whatever. That's not business. That's business, as we say. And
to piggyback on what you said in regards to that. Now, like I said, I'm not, like I said, I ain't gonna go on YouTube and make all these videos. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not, like I said, nigga, I ate the 600. That's whatever. Here's the thing. I watched her video, and shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson. I watched her video, and I was like, man, when she was telling me, and I didn't believe nothing she said, but I only believed one small piece. I think that whole situation got too big too quick. Because remember, Art Kathy, she didn't really blow up on YouTube. I mean, the last 4 months is when she got hot, if you really want to think about it. And I think a lot of people just started resonating with her, started feeling her, and then they just started mobbing her with a whole bunch of stuff. And instead of them just saying, hey, man, we don't have the capabilities of taking this, doing what we're going to say we're going to do, they took the money. And I think this was an easy problem to solve. All you simply have to say is, look at here. We have this plan, but we don't have the resources. I mean, as the manpower, we don't have the people in place to take care of these things. They just took the goddamn money, and it would have been more respectable, and you would have came out on top, and you'd have been like, "Hey, man, look at here. I appreciate you sending the money, but I can't take it because X, Y, and Z." And I think they would have freaking won if they would have done that. But like you said, the green-eyed monster, the green-eyed.
Raj, let me ask you a quick question because I know the other brother want to talk. When you made your payment to these people, was it through a secure payment site like PayPal?
Yeah, it was PayPal.
It was PayPal, right?
Yeah.
So you could actually go to PayPal and tell them that the services that you paid for were not delivered, and PayPal will issue a refund and ding Art Kathy.
you know, I mean, like I said, listen, man.
But I mean, I understand you ain't tripping, but what I'm saying is there's a lot of ways people can go about not getting scammed. You know what I'm saying?
And this is the thing is, you know, and again, from what I've just been gathering, you know, Art, his name is in it, but this guy bought Crazy. He was running. Like I said, once I saw the dude Crazy, something already told me all of his videos to me seem staged. Like he's just like he's trying to put on a production. So I was like, I don't know about this dude, whatever the case might be. But like I said, if I can go over there and put my hands on you, man, I'm not gonna fight over the 600, man. It is what it is. I mean, if I ever see you Quace in the street, it's gonna be all the popping, brother. I ain't gonna lie.
You ain't about to see it. Nah, I'm just kidding. But I think Brian stepped away. Africanism, go ahead. Unmute yourself.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Anyways, my name is Africanism. I'm a Gambian, you know, living in the States. I've been here for like 20 years, spent most of my time here. I'm also an American citizen. But as of late, like I have been seeing a lot of misrepresentation of, you know, Gambia. Even like, you know, you guys here are sitting trying to explain the dynamics, how things work in Gambia is far from the truth, because in order to understand a society, you have to know the mindset of the people, whether you agree or disagree with that mindset. The survival system of every country is going to dictate the people's behavior sometimes. And this behavior, not everybody is part of that behavior. Myself, right here, even though I was born over there, when I visit, they would give me the American prize. Most countries in Africa, the people are poor. That's a reality. But if you're leaving the United States, which is a first world, a big market, I mean, they are the big boys on the block. No, and you know, you can't deny that. But now, when you're going to Africa, I mean, I haven't been to all over Africa, but I've been in Sierra Leone. I spent, you know, part of my childhood over there too. You know, most places are underdeveloped. I I grew up with no electricity, no running water. My school that I go to was 30 miles away, and I had to pay school fees to go to this school. So this is the type of, you know, things Africans are worried about. They are not worried about skin color. They are not worried about the Lebanese. The Lebanese that you're talking about, these Gambian citizens, these people have been in the Gambia for generations. This is where they build their home, they're in the community. And this mistreatment you guys are talking about, I don't know where you guys are getting this from. And as far as the Chinese, because now I'm seeing a lot of Black brothers and sisters saying they want to go invest in Africa. Great. Those Chinese are going there to invest as well. You know, whether you like it or not, you're coming with dollars. When you exchange that dollars, it's gonna be bigger. It's gonna be more than what the locals have. And know this: the locals, if you treat them right, they have no animosity against you. You know, they are not in a competition with you. Africa is about bargaining. You know, you go to the market. Even the people that live there, you know, they don't like. That's why, I mean, I will speak of Gambia mostly. They don't label, you know, the products. That's the local market, you know, the local market itself. The Chinese, they come there, they understand the market, they invest. They are not there arguing with anyone. Some people don't like it, but if you don't like it, you know, no one is stopping them from investing either. You know, Art Kati, for example, and even the Bag family. I used to, you know, I follow the Bag family. I see them recording stuff, but every now and again they do some underhanded things where it's like low key, you know, insulting our culture, insulting our community, and passing out false information. Because there was a day he went to a hotel, Senegambia Hotel, and he said that hotel, oh, like implying that it's owned by white people. Let me clear something up. Gambia is a place, maybe I remember when I first came to the States, 9 out of 10 people This is including black and white. When I say Gambia, they've never even heard of it. They've never heard of it. This interest is new. Those hotels you see are owned by Gambians. Owning property in Gambia is part of Gambian people's blood. When you said Rene didn't buy a land until uh, diaspora started coming, bro, the reason why we come here, this is a hustling ground. We hustle, we go back, we invest. Other nationalities have businesses, but I can assure you, majority of the businesses are owned by Gambians. And either way, if somebody has anything to provide, you can start a business. We love it. But to expect a first world experience, I think if anyone is looking for that, should stay in America.
Well, I want to say something about what you said when you're talking about there's no abuse at the hands of these other races. You basically told a blatant lie with that statement, because every African country you go to, the Indians have been in Kenya for generations. They're even considered a tribe. They still abuse Kenyans. And so I know that in Gambia, even if the Lebanese have been there for a coon's age, they're still gonna abuse. They're still gonna abuse Gambians because
I'm
other races. Hold on, you said it. Let me say go based on what you said. Other races abuse the locals in Africa because they know that the locals rather accept abuse than to lose the little monetary gain that they make. If you
my,
go,
my
wait,
friend,
hold on, real quick.
my friend,
Wait.
give me 1 second before
Okay.
I forget what I was trying to say here. First of all, I didn't say, see, when I'm talking to someone, when you use Africa and representing all those countries, first of all, that tells me your limited knowledge and understanding of Africa, because no two countries are alike. I would not speak on Kenya. I've never been to Kenya. I have Kenyan friends. I don't know what they do over there, but I can tell you in Gambia,
I'm
in
not
Gambia,
there. Wait, hold on,
my
hold on,
friend,
hold on.
if a
You mean to tell
foreigner,
me?
wait,
Wait a
give
minute.
me 1
You
second.
mean
If
to
a
tell?
foreigner,
Wait.
let
You
me
mean to
tell you
tell?
this, and
Hold
I can
on,
recommend. If
hold
a
on.
white person abuses a Gambian, a foreigner, do you know what would happen to them?
This
Do you
is
Hold on,
see
stop
what?
the show.
Nobody.
No. Hold
this is
on. No,
untrue.
hold on,
Okay.
Brandon. Hold on, Brandon. No, hold on. So you trying to tell me they just did a whole series of documentary on pedophiles running around in the Gambia, white pedophiles?
No,
But
no,
ain't
they didn't
nobody
say
abusing the household.
pedophiles. These are grown men. Give me 1 second. These are grown men, right? That they were interviewing. And I can tell you, when you go on the beach side, are there people that engage in that type of activity? Yes, they do. So you are telling me you saw a couple of clips. Now all of a sudden, Gambians accept this, and this is part of Gambian culture. When these people,
No, African. But your argument was no. But your argument was that if a foreigner is abusing a Gambian, that Gambian will beat their butt.
That's
yeah.
White
not
people are flying to Gambia
Okay.
on
So
plane load
so
and doing
so
whatever
so
they want.
so tell me the things that you've seen that you say is abuses, they are doing it to Gambians in their
you
culture.
have Gambians in the chat saying that you're not telling the truth, bro.
Oh, they're,
Harvey Williams is a Gambian.
they're entitled to their opinion. I'm telling you.
Oh, come on,
Okay,
man.
tell them,
Lost
why
in
don't they
integrity.
tell? Okay, what I'm saying, answer this question. Name the abuses that you know of Gambians are taking in the hands of
This show is
non-Gambians,
not about that. This show is
foreign,
not about
foreign,
that.
foreign, foreign people. Name those abuses. I'll wait.
Okay, this show is not about that, but I think that everyone watching can pretty much unanimously agree that what you're saying is quite disingenuous. I don't really want to talk about pedophilia and
I
stuff.
have no reason. I have no reason to say things that
Or you
that
do
are not
because
true.
your
Because first of
ego is
all, for
involved.
me, from
You look
ego.
like
But why
you
would
look
I?
like MC
No,
too.
no, no,
by
no.
the way.
This is from a very objective point of view. I'm not here. I will not see like at Kati, what she said, right, about the scamming. This is true. Even like one of my cousins here, he was scammed. Initially that's what I wanted to come here and talk about. Like if you're going there, don't be surprised if you get scammed, because even some of us, we receive the same treatment. The treatment is not about because you're from America, you're black, blah, blah, blah. When they see
You guys are still preaching what we talked about in the 90s, no color lines. You want to try to put a black American in the same category as a Lebanese and Chinese. And what
that's
I
how,
say,
hey, that's,
yeah.
look, okay, first of all, what makes,
just treat us like that?
what I'm saying,
Why don't you just worship us the way you worship those people?
What I'm saying, do you honestly believe that if a Gambian sees you and see a Chinese or white person, they're gonna consider you all the same? Like,
no, that's the same. Yes. That's why really? I don't go to Gambia.
Oh, yeah, you're delusional, my friend.
I'm not.
No, you're delusional. See, this is the problem. You know, like
everything is racial to you. This is the way it is.
See, everything is racial. That's why it would be
everything
hard
is racial.
Well, that's if you're going against those races.
How many black people do you see going to Gambia to participate in the sex tourism market?
Who?
How many black African Americans or diasporans do you see going to Gambia to participate in sex tourism?
I don't know.
You don't see that because there's a certain thing that we will not do to our people.
Maybe they like European countries, or maybe that's what they could afford.
No,
because I'm seeing a lot of people
don't do that.
I've seen a lot of people making videos, broke people, talking about they're going to save Africa. How are you going to save Africa when you cannot save yourself?
I mean, your ego is too caught up. You're taking this way too personal. So.
No. This is see, you like to project.
I just said that you shouldn't go to Africa with the mindset to save everybody. I said that earlier.
If you, bro, if you want to go to Africa, right? For example, Dinos here, I've seen his videos. I've seen his videos in several countries, especially West Africa. And I can tell you, like, you can look at the guy. You don't even have to know him or see his videos before. You would know that this guy, he truly planned this. He thought about it, and he's doing it from the bottom of his heart. He loves this. And even Dinos himself right here, I've heard him talk about some crazy stuff that's happening there. But you don't see Africans getting mad at him because, the way he explains it and lays it out. You can tell people the truth without insulting them. I've even seen him do that, and I'm like, yeah, right on. That's how.
No, they be all.
But when you come out, but what I'm saying, when you come out,
it depends.
Huh?
They be all over stuff. So, but the thing is, bro, listen. I don't see an Indian treating an Indian house worker the way he treat an African house worker. So you guys are wearing those rose-colored glasses. It's not about
are you telling me this is everyone?
It really is.
So tell me the people that are taking this from their employer. This is who you should be attributing that to. I'm just telling you the general consensus. The way people, like, for example, I see Bag family, putting cameras on, like, we see a white person and a child, and the people, like, imply that this.
But I thought you said no abuse was happening. What are you talking about?
Look, that person could have adopted that child. They don't just let anyone walk into the hotel. You could make face, but I'm just telling you, there are people who are orphans. They don't have family. They end up getting adopted by Europeans. That does happen. So whether if you want, if they vet you, if there is someone there, you probably could adopt them. But it is white people who are interested in it. So passing judgments on these people, because the tourists, for example, I've heard some people saying, we're going to go there and fight these tourists, blah, blah, blah. I'm advising.
What do you benefit? What do you benefit from defending the white man and the Lebanese and all? They won't defend you. So what is your,
that's
like,
what I'm saying.
You see,
or what? Who am I defending here?
You defending white pedophiles.
Okay, so do you honestly believe that if Lebanese or white people abuse Gambian, I'm gonna sugarcoat that? Are you out of your mind?
You just said it doesn't happen.
Come on, that's even an insult.
Don't allow you to acknowledge it.
That's disrespectful, man. I would never say that to you. You
sound like Joe Biden right now. You jumping all over the place.
That's an insult, And since I came on the platform, I haven't shown you any disrespect. That's not something. That's disrespectful. You know it. That's why you're laughing.
Listen, no. I just know that the rule. Listen, I just know that all skin folk ain't kin folk, and the rules of engagement say. Listen, have you ever saw the movie Django?
When you go to Africa,
have you ever saw the movie Django? Have you ever saw the movie Django?
I've seen it.
There are Africans who act like Steven. They will literally jump in front of the white man. Oh my God,
bro! I agree to that. But what I'm saying, you're going to a place where your
are you married to a white woman? Are you married to a white woman? I think you married to a white woman.
There we go. Let me guess. Let me guess. You see,
are you married to a white woman first and foremost? Then I'll let you talk.
Why do you assume that I'm married?
You date white women? I could tell just by your little beard and your little dreads. You date white women.
It looks like you're jealous, bro.
Why? I'm just asking you a question for clarity.
Why would another man ask another man what type of women they date? Do you know white women you want to hook me up with?
Because you can tell the rhetoric.
No,
the rhetoric.
Do you have white women you would like to hook me up with?
All right, y'all. Let's move on. Let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on from that.
Anything else you'd like to share in closing?
Yeah, I just want to say, man, hey, Dinos, you're doing a good job here, and everything you're saying about do not part ways with your money and send it to Africa is absolutely true. Make sure you visit, and just putting out these trips. Maybe one of these times I would hop on the bandwagon and come there with you.
Okay.
Thanks. Hey,
yes,
Brandon,
sir.
I'm talking to you too, bro.
Oh yeah, I saw that little smirk when I asked you about the white women. I know you do. I saw. It's okay, bro. I don't care who you date. But the thing is, somebody said, they don't have pedophilia in America? You can't walk down the street with no damn little kid unless you their parent. Somebody gonna be like,
I know that. Yeah, but these people are not just picking. They are not picking up random kids. That's not how it is in Gambia. Trust me. If it was, I would be dropping that knowledge here for real. No,
it's cool. I mean, I love all you guys, and I just understand y'all not there yet. The white man ain't whipped your ass with a bullwhip enough. You'll get there,
bro. Look, I have fought racism.
Y'all gonna be like, yo, I hate these niggas. We gonna be like, we try to tell you. I already know.
I'll talk to you guys later.
All right, peace, man. Peace. Quavon, go ahead.
What's going on, Dobbins?
What's good, man?
Okay, and Brandon, to Brandon, Nina, Faraha, Kukatana, Newewe.
Oh, you happy to meet me?
Yes, nice to meet you. I'm learning too. Yeah. So here's the deal. I guess I'll go with Dinah's first. When I said your support for Art Kathy, I get what you're saying, but when you meet people, if I came to your house and you invited me in,
bro, I know that, bro. I know the analogy. I know.
Right. Well, let me just lay it out. And man, I don't like these lights, and that's an old tacky couch you got over there, right? Now, would you want me to come in your house and say that? Of course not.
Right.
Okay, and that's what I'm saying is that there is a way. Why do we have diplomats? We have diplomats because there's a way to say things and there's a way to get things done. And the fact that we don't stand there and go, you know what she's doing is not right. I vehemently disapprove, whatever. It's a separate issue. I know I'm gonna get jumped on for this, but it's a separate issue from what they're not doing as far as getting the Lebanese and the Chinese in check.
Now,
right? I'm not saying that it shouldn't happen, but the two of those are different. If you're talking, her favorite thing was let's be on code. So if we're going to be on code, part of our code should be no, you don't come here and disrespect people in their own house.
She was off code. She was off code.
One second, guys. We have 500 people watching. We better have 500 likes. Please hit that like button. Hit that like. Again, guys, we have 500 people watching. We should have 500 likes. Also, make sure you go to dynastymurder.com. Get my most recent children's book. It's Libation Time, a children's guide to the ancestors. Again, go to dynastymurder.com and pick up It's Libation Time, a children's guide to the ancestors. And then tour Sierra Leone, April 21st to the 30th. April 21st to the 30th. Come and join us in Sierra Leone. But guys, please hit that like button. Hit that like button. All right, go ahead, Quavon.
Okay. So, and that's basically it. I mean, you guys, in my opinion, not like it matters, but in my opinion, what you're saying is like right on point. All I'm saying is that as far as her disrespect, she's on there talking about, sexual acts, that the Gambian women don't know how to do it, and we're gonna show, and people co-signing on this ridiculous. Right.
Well, see, this thing, I don't watch Art Kathy really. I think I maybe watched one video, but so I don't know if she be doing all of this. Like,
yeah, definitely, and that's what I'm saying is that when I'm sitting there and I'm watching the totality of what she's doing, and then you're going, well, look, these things need to be said, and I agree, they do need to be said, but we need to understand about the messenger and what the messenger is portraying and how it's going to be accepted. The old saying is, it's easier to catch flies with honey than vinegar. That's all I'm saying, right? And that's what that was. The last thing I want to say was Brandon had made a really good point. My wife and I, we plan on going to Tanzania to check it out, right? We did a lot of research and we decided that that's probably one of the best places, or the first place to go. Now, we've been to South America, Central America. We've been to a lot of the island countries. We've been a lot of places, right? So, and we go places where people have very little, and we're used to it. So we don't turn our nose up. We don't go, oh my God, look at that, because we're used to it. So what's happening, and this goes what Brandon is saying, what's happening is you're getting people who've never been anywhere, right? They don't understand that you have a two-bob price, right? You have a Mzungu price. You have a gringo price. If you're below the board, that's just what happens in these countries.
But see, the thing is, Kevon, like when I go to Africa, man, I don't go to the markets by myself. I take a local with me. Like
I never overpay. I'll just walk off.
I'll take a local with me.
Right. Hey, I'm with y'all. I walk off too. My wife is like, "Why don't you?" Nope, we out of here. Right?
And they're gonna chase you down. Okay. Give me, what do you think is fair? And then I'm a low ball hell. So I mean, you just gotta learn the terrain. But
no, all I'm saying is that a lot of these people don't know that. So when they go there, they're taking it personal. They're taking it like, oh my God, they personally targeted me. They don't understand that that's part of the game.
Sorry, I was laughing because somebody called me fat in the comment. I think that's hilarious.
All right, brother. We appreciate you coming on, brother.
All right, not a problem, man.
BA.
No problem. Black Ambassador, go ahead.
Yo, what's going on, everybody?
Yeah, bro.
Yo, what was going on, man? Yo, first of all, let's get off the Art Kathy subject on the real, because she got about 30,000 followers in the BBC News that talks about Africa and degrades Africa in many multi ways. That's got about 500,000 subscribers. So I'm just asking, at the end of the day, we really need to have a conversation and sit down with each other and actually coordinate what that diplomacy looks like, what those code of conducts and ethics look like. I know people feel some type of way for certain people saying certain things, and that's going to happen, and it works both ways. I don't know why people are getting on and starting to beat their chest like we're getting dubs as Africans globally. Like, let's be honest about this. No matter where we are, we're dealing with hell, and we have to figure out how we are going to change that paradigm, and we're going to work together. Because there's a lot of things from people from the diaspora bring to the table, a lot of perspectives that they see, especially when it comes down to other ethnic backgrounds or other nations, and what type of confrontation and conflict we have with these individuals and these entities. And the same thing with brothers on the continent. They have their own perspective. So, Nat Neezy brought in a good suggestion, right? Nobody gets free land until other Africans get free land. I mean, that's one thing. Another person could say, if somebody does get free land, then they have to have, of course, the free land with a family, and they all build on, develop on that land together. I mean, we need a birth of right. We need to figure out how we're going to plan the birth of right. Somebody got some background noise going on. What's up, man?
Yeah, hold on. Let me, Sister Asita, if you can mute yourself. Well, I'll mute you. Go.
Yeah, it sounded like somebody came in the live stream low crawling. So at the end of the day, we just need to figure out.
You got to mute yourself. I just muted you. You got background noise. All right, go ahead, Black Ambassador.
So anyways, so at the end of the day, we really got to work on, I think anyways, the avoiding the Africa reparations if we get back on subject, because we got to be a people of standing focus on the subjects that we talk about. I mean, act like if you went into the UN Security Council meeting and next thing you know, they started talking about, you know, the goddamn Bubba Sparks and him coming back in the album release. So we got to stay focused on what the main subject was. So if we go back to the subject on how to avoid Africa reparations, scams, I think that's what we need to do. We really need to focus on those groups and building that different type of bridges that we need to have. Like case in point, there was just a new, I think it was Senegal Cultural Center that was built in Afro Brazil. And they've been able to do a lot of different type of correspondence and cultural understandings together from Salvador, Brazil to Senegal. And we need to work on building institutions like that and building information and building different types of communities in each, area and landmass. The focus on building is the how to. So we talk about all these things that we want to do, but we don't figure out how to. People is hurt. People is mentally ill. You dig what I'm saying? So they don't say if you're mentally ill and you got Black self-hate, you can't get on this plane, or you can't go to America, or you can't come to Africa. So we're going to have some conflict. People are going to say some things that ruffle some feathers in a certain different type of way. But come on, man. We got children out here not eating. We got children out here starving. We got children out here without a future. We got people in other groups taking up entire North Africa territory. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? When the fuck are we going to get serious, man? At what point are we going to really sit down with each other and figure this shit out? Instead of coming back and saying, oh, this person should have said it like this. Oh, this person should have said it like this. I don't like the way his tone was. I'm worried about the end result. I'm trying to figure out where we're going. There's a lot of hurt across, back and forth. And we got to figure this out together. If not, then we'll be dead like the Eskimos. If not, we'll be conquered like the Aborigines. If not, we'll be dead like people in South America. They're dying off in large numbers. Native indigenous people are having their land stolen and being wiped off this planet. And no one blinks an eye. And we sitting up here rumbling and tumbling, looking like Rumble Sundays on O'Shea's old show with a Pan-African twist. Oh, man. Let's figure it out. Let's all talk. Let's all chop it down and see what's going on. I'm going to let the sister speak. What's good?
Okay, Sister Asada, go ahead. Let me unmute her real quick. Oh, there we go. Go ahead. Oh, let me unmute her again. Hold on. Sister Asada, unmute yourself.
Okay, thanks, Dinus.
You're welcome.
Okay, I just wanted to. I'm not Gambian, but I just wanted to offer my experience as far as Gambians go. I've been going back and forth to Gambia since the 1990s, and I heard somebody say, "Yeah, they're right. Nobody really knew about it then." People would argue with me, "Are you going to Zambia, not Gambia?" I'm like, "No, I'm going to the Gambia." So, yeah, this influx of people with this interest, this is new to me. And the thing that bothered me about that sister's delivery was she was basically saying things, but she wasn't giving full information. Like, I sponsor five students there myself, and I've been doing that since the 1990s. As soon as some drop off, I get a couple more. So when I heard her say, "Oh, the white man was holding the baby," there are many people outside of Gambia who sponsor Gambian students and even whole families, because the government cannot employ all of those people. There's not enough jobs in Gambia for people really as a whole to sustain themselves. So that's why you have a lot of that sex tourism. Who wants to sit and look at their baby starving every day? So if there's no jobs, a lot of people, poverty will make people do some crazy shit. I just have to put it like that. So if you can't work, a lot of people are into sex tourism. They know why they're doing it. They want to do it because they want to survive. That's the reality of the Gambia. So you have people in Gambia, they leave Gambia. You ask Gambia, the United States is full of Gambians. I don't understand why if our cat wanted to talk crap about Gambians, even the people who supported her. Look around your city, there's some Gambians. Ask them what's going on. Befriend them and see what the hell's happening before y'all jump on the fuckery bandwagon. That's what we as black people like, fuckery. They heard her talking shit. They hopped on the bandwagon to join instead of finding out what's the deal. So then white man that was holding that baby, he could have been sponsoring their whole family, and it could have been just a friendly gesture. I'm Pan African myself. I don't care for white folks. But in Gambia, you have a lot of white people they come with the Peace Corps. So in Gambia, you have a lot of people that Gambians are looking.
Can I ask you a question? This is so countries like the Gambia, because I've been to the Gambia as well. I've been to like maybe 16 African countries. I would say outside of South Africa and Kenya, I've never seen so many white people in an African country. So my thing is what's the fascination as far as with white people when it comes to specific countries? And I just like, why Gambia? Why Kenya? We already know why South Africa and Namibia, obviously. Even in Namibia, like I see more white people in Kenya, Gambia than Namibia, which is a country next to South Africa, which after apartheid, all the white people retreated, like ran to Namibia. I just think there's something more to it, because again, I saw so many white people in Gambia, and it's just like,
it's mostly just sex tourism. Even in Kenya and Mombasa, a lot of locals don't even go to Mombasa because they like it's a lot of sex tourism. They got a place in Kenya called Pirate Beach, where pretty much you go over there and people's doing all types of crazy stuff sexually, even with kids, adults, whatever. So it's just like, I'm gonna call it for what it is. I ain't about to excuse no cracker talking about maybe he's sponsoring. No, he's not. You walking down the street with a little tiny 3-year-old kid and you a 75. What 75-year-old white man wants to be bothered with a little ass baby toddler 4 years old? Like, I don't even bother with a toddler.
You gotta ask, sorry to cut you off, Brandon. Like, you don't see that in America. Like, you will not see a 75-year-old white man walking with a 3-year-old black.
So we saying the same stuff we talking about that happens on the ground in Africa don't happen here. Because we got sex trade here. We got pedophiles here. We got rats and roaches here. There's some places in down south that do not have indoor plumbing. But my thing is, why the hell do we attack each other? We got the same shit going on both sides.
Hold on. Stop the show. I said we never denied that. Did we ever deny that? No. I don't know why you're putting words in our mouth. Again, where in America do you see, or anywhere else on the planet, do you see old 75 and 80-year-old white men walking down the street with 3-year-old little girls? Where? But for some reason in Gambia, and I necessarily didn't see it in Kenya, it's normal. Like I just like, and then like Brandon said, what's the obsession? Because again, you go to Gambia, they're everywhere, and it's normal. And I'm like, hold on, this is just like, this doesn't seem right.
Dinus, I was in Costco.
And it's not right. And we have old men in America that do it too. They just meet the kids behind closed doors. What's the difference?
I was in Costco the other day. A white man was walking around with a little dark-skinned black girl holding her hand. We're in line. 3 black women rolled up on this fool and was like, "How do you know this girl?" Turns out he's her stepdad, right? He was like, "Oh, this is my stepdaughter." Rule. They checked his ass. They went and saw what was going on, because it was like, it looked too weird, right? You don't just accept that. But the thing is, Dinus, you're always going to have people who they're going to be apologists, right? And we never said everything was good with Gambia and it was bad. What we said is, please keep the same energy that you express. See, you got some people in Africa who are more worried about you offending them than they are about serious stuff like child molestation. They got more energy for, oh, this person says something offensive about my country on YouTube, than this person is literally coming to our country and, molesting little girls. So what we're saying is none of it's right. We're not saying it doesn't go on all over the world. We're just saying we need to have the same energy for all forms of fuckery across the board. And once we do that, right?
But do we have that energy over here in America? When we got those Asians in these salons smacking people's grandmothers, where's that energy? Do we have the same energy?
We don't control America. Africans, they assert that they control their countries. So we say, if you control your country, stop this from happening because it's wrong. Now, if we was running around like, yo, we run America, woo, 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 right? White people run America. So like Donald Trump, he can go after pedophiles and do something about it. We don't. So just like he can go after pedophiles and do something about it, the president of Gambia could be like, yo, if we see anybody out here practicing the sex trade, you're going to be deported from here and you're never going to be allowed to come back. I mean, damn it, you could get aid from other countries to help you end that kind of stuff, right? This stuff, I'm never going to be okay with sex tourism that capitalizes on little kids, man. There's plenty of women over there. If they
You know
want
what?
to,
Nobody's saying that.
no,
Nobody's saying that. But what I'm saying is, our Kathy shouldn't diss her people like that when the same stuff is going on in her backyard.
She's wrong.
We have to figure out how to stop all the bullshit.
So she's wrong. And to get back on topic, we have to ask ourselves, why is it that our people look at a person who's wrong as two left shoes like our Kathy and feel like this is somebody who they should give their money to? And that helps us get to the root of why we're getting scammed, right? Because we look at people, and as long as they feed us drama and negativity, we feel like, yo, I'll write them a check for $20,000. And so that's a part of emotional maturity. A person who's like, yo, America has the same thing, so why are you talking about Gambia? That person can't progress. Just like a person who's talking about, oh, Gambia's terrible and all this stuff, that person's not going to be able to progress because both people have no emotional maturity. Both people are unable to separate their personal, feelings from what needs to happen. And right now we have basically an issue where you have a bunch of diasporans going to Africa, and they're selling their experience in a way that makes people trust giving them money. And then when they end up not being who they say they are or misappropriating the funds, then it causes a division among diasporans, because this is really a diasporan conversation, right? It's a diasporan conversation. But then we brought up Gambia, so all the Gambians got in here. But it's a diaspora issue. And we need to set up, like BA says, some type of rules of engagement. Now, you just can't, fight stupid now. But you can set up rules of engagement, different tips to help you not get scammed. And the things I outlined earlier, and even on the video on my channel, if you institute those things, you will be less likely to fall into the trap of getting, of being the victim of a repatriation scam. Now, if you choose to ignore that and I'm going to do it my way, then, more power to you and you're at your own mercy. So, that's all I want to say about that. As far as the other stuff, it's neither here nor there, man. I long since stopped arguing with people from Africa about what I'm going to do and what should be done. I got some, I'm going to buy it up. And when I buy it up, I'm going to build a big fence and you can't come in just like everybody else.
Well, what I was trying to say initially, that not making excuses for what they're doing, but I'm saying if you can't feed your child, young adults might go screw somebody for some money. So that's why I sponsored students myself. So the people in their families wouldn't have to do that. It doesn't take much money. I could afford that on my salary by myself. So that's what I did. I can't go change the economy over there, but that's what little I could do on my own. So the reality of it is the jobs are not there to sustain themselves. The government knows that. You have to ask Adam about, Mr. Ball, why don't you do X, Y, and Z? And after Johnny got put out, it was good to see another person come in. But when I heard that man say the thing he wanted to try after being elected president, he wanted to try different foods from different countries. If that was his only thing he wanted to do, they should have elected somebody else. But people, I'm not excusing it. People are doing what they have to do to take care of their children. But there are people that sponsor children and families in the Gambia. That's the reality of it. It might sound like I'm caping, but hell, that's what's going on. It's a huge following of people that work for the Peace Corps. A lot of Peace Corps workers. That's the reality. That is the reality of the situation in Gambia.
But again, hold on one second, Black man. But this again, the point I'm making, I don't know what it is with Kenya and Gambia. Why is Kenya and Gambia so special when it comes to what me and Brandon are discussing? I'm telling you, there is an ulterior motive, and if you can't see that, I don't know. Like, I don't know why Gambia and Kenya, like,
But you will see a lot of old white ladies. Now, a lot of the people I know, the students I sponsor, they are in Basay, and they're in Basay, and some of them are in Punjab. So you will see these old white ladies come. They married to 24, 25-year-old brothers, and they know what they know why they're doing it. Because the white ladies are supplying the money. They know why they're doing it. They're the ones that are in the sex tourism. They know why they're doing it. Now, me personally, I've never seen anybody pick their kid out. I've never seen that, and I've been going back and forth forever. And I have most of my friends.
But 2 days from now, Dynasty, 2 days.
Go ahead, Black Ambassador.
Yeah. I've seen it all over hand. I've seen it in Southeast Asia. I've seen it with my own eyes. I've been part of operations that worked with organizations to find these different type of rings that were in, like, Thailand, for example. So, I mean, it happens in real life. It's a difficult thing to see, but it's real.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
But anyways, let's continue. And so, as the conversation says, and it says avoid Africans of reparation scams, I think it's important. I want to go over this real quick, man. You know, Birthright Israel is known as a birthright for a nonprofit educational organization that supports free 10-day heritage trips to Israel for young adults of Jewish heritage from age 18 to 32. Now, we have something that's called the Birthright Africa that does the same thing for people to go back to Africa and be able to connect to the roots. I hear a lot of people on here talking about, you should come back to Africa. Look, hold on. Be a part of an institution and an organization that facilitates it. You can't just talk about it on YouTube or what you want and what you would like it to be. You have to create experience and create opportunity for these children to get connected back to the motherland in a different type of way at the ages that are oppressible, at the age that they can experience Africa and then that they can build a connection with. But talking on YouTube about what people should and shouldn't do and how they should say it in their tones and their moderates and their definitions and all this other stuff, and you're not supporting the actual organizations that's out there actually getting the bodies into the continent, connecting with the young kids in Africa, and the young kids in Africa connecting with the young kids of the diaspora. That's what you have to do. But see, Negroes don't want to do that. Look, Negroes don't want to pay attention no more. Oh man, that's work. That's really supporting the institution. That's really doing something constructive on a how-to instead of talking on YouTube like we know all the answers, like we built the empire. That's called the African Empire. And we rule our domain and all the resources. And one wants to talk as if they know that. And they already reached the conclusion. That's not the case. We got a lot of stuff to go through and figure out together. But there are organizations like the Birthright Africa that facilitate some of the things that people were talking about on this program. We're saying, hey, when you come back to the continent, you're going to come back correct in a way that's going to be diplomatic, that's going to be constructive and efficient and effective. And how does that happen? Not by one Negro just going to Google flights and getting a flight to Africa, but an actual institution and organizations that we built continuously, not only this one, but other ones, profit and nonprofit, that will facilitate that activity and facilitate those bonds and actually reconnecting Africans with Africans on the continent. Now, other people got other ways of doing it, and I'm not even about to argue with that. Bring all ideas to the table. See, I'm not no Negro who's going to sit up there and argue with another Black person about how they wrong and I'm right, and I'm trying to G-check them. We'll see when the results come in, but let's figure it out. Let's put them out and activate our plans. So once again, you got Birthright Africa, then you got, Brandon, he does his thing. We got Dynasty Demir. So we got so many ways to go about this and how to connect us to avoid African reparation scams and any other different type of scams that we got going out there. And Africans on the continent, we would love to build with you to build more functional how-tos and institutions to make it happen and facilitate the connection, because it's our Africa too. It's not just yours. It's all Africa too. It's not like we return into something that ain't truly ours. It's ours too. So let us come through and let's build together and we'll figure it out together. And then let's go through that and let the other garbage and drama fall to the wayside. And let's specifically focus on building our institution. So I'm gonna say I said enough. So go ahead.
Yeah, you asking something that's like damn near impossible because the people who are building Africa and making stuff happen are not on YouTube. Like literally, if you like, I have friends who are building apartment buildings, affordable housing stuff in Africa. These guys don't even waste 1 second a day on YouTube. What I see on YouTube is a bunch of people who live on the continent who are like, don't be talking about it. Oh, by the way, I live in UK and I'm not doing nothing.
Yeah, I'm about to say it's only the
my mom back in wherever I'm from, but I'm not building nothing. But a guy who's staying solidly in Africa, working a job as like an IT director, is building apartment buildings and affordable living and all this stuff. So what I'm saying is you got two types of people of the same, you got two of the same type of peoples. You got diasporans who ain't really trying to do much on YouTube, trying to argue. Then you got people on the continent who ain't doing much on YouTube trying to argue. So it's really the same type of people. So like even when people talk and threaten, it's not even real because you ain't gonna leave your blonde hair Becky in Germany to come make sure that I don't go into Africa. You're not gonna leave your white man in the UK to go kick Art Cappy out of Gambia. Like you're not gonna do it. So what I'm saying is instead of worrying about all that stuff that don't matter, just like you said, BA, we just need to focus on how diasporans can avoid not getting scammed by repatriation schemes. That's the focus.
Okay.
All the other stuff that don't even, who cares? Like what airline do any of these people own to tell me I can't come in? You know, you don't control nothing. Like,
okay.
Hold
on. Romeo, go ahead.
Yes. I just want to add on to what Black Ambassadors was talking about. Yeah. Look, there are high ticket items that we also need to talk about. Look, if we don't bring it on the agenda, it's not going to show up that, hey, it is of our interest to discuss that issue. Look, do we want a unified military command in Africa to protect our resources and our property? We need to raise that up so that it comes up onto the political agenda. We cannot just get stuck on the middle level issues. Yeah. Do we need an African Supreme Court? Yeah. That will put a backbone behind our issue so that when we get abused, we have a political structure that will protect us. You know, we need to talk about such things. Most people think that these are political subjects. People don't feel comfortable talking about that. As long as we don't raise it, it's not going to show up on the political, scale in Africa. And those in power who have to bring this kind of changes will not take it seriously. So let's focus. Let's not always make the subject petty issues, although, yeah, child abuse is not a petty issue. There are some other things that we need to also talk about, which in the end, they are bigger issues that are also of interest to us. That's just what I wanted to add.
Hey, brother, what was those 2 points that you just said too? Military, political arms?
Yes. Do we need a unified military structure for the continent? Yeah, to defend all the resources that we have there. Look, if we don't do it, people are going to come in, extract what they want, do whatever they want. Yeah, so we have to protect what we own. How are we going to do that? We have to start have that discussion. Should we do that? You know, do we need an African Supreme Court? You know, other entities have it. We don't. You know, and then when you have someone abusing, you know, Africans, whether on the continent or outside the continent, where do we bring such people to justice? We should be able to drag people from other countries and have them stand justice in our domain. Guys, we have to start to put such structures in place. It's not a hot potato issue that we should be avoiding because, you know, maybe I am not born in an African country. No. We are, Africa belongs to all of us. And now we have to start to put this entity together and make it to become a structure that is behind our backbone. What happened to Gaddafi shouldn't happen anymore, you know, guys. Nobody's going to do it for us. We have to do it ourselves.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, what we'll do, Brandon, go ahead and respond, and then we'll do one more round. Brother, how do I pronounce your name? I don't want to butcher it.
Bomeo.
Hey, Bomeo, thank you for coming on, brother. Thank you.
Sure.
Right. All right, Brandon, we'll do one more round, and then we'll close out.
Yeah, pretty much. Look, I'm gonna stick to the point. Look, when you go out here, y'all gotta understand. If this episode was nothing, showed you nothing else, it showed you that at the end of the day, the people who are gonna get the desired results are the people who have the most control over their emotions, you know, their physical self and their mental self. You can't allow yourself to get easily offended, easily distracted. You just become non-productive, right? Like, it doesn't matter what anybody says. What's the results of that? If I don't create 50 jobs in Africa by 2065, the result was a failure. So no one else is going to try to do that here. These people just want to, oh, you talked about Togo. Let me jump on and defend Togo. Oh, you talked about, you know what I'm saying? That's the divided mindset. And, you know, a lot of people look at Africa like all these little chopped up countries. I just look at Africa like a whole because I don't believe in European lines. These people do, but I don't, because I know that what happens to one is going to impact the one next to it, because the economies and stuff are so small, right? Africa is about business, money talks, bullshit walks. If you go in wise, emotionally, you know, intelligent, if you take it slow, if you set a goal and make a plan, Africa is your oyster. Nobody can stop you. Even the girl said that they did protests, petitions to get the Chinese and stuff out. What happened? It didn't work. So that's showing you nobody has power in Africa except for the white people. So what you got to do is go in and secure your peace, because at the end of the day, nobody is going to secure it for you. No one's even going to fight to do that. Do you think people care about you getting land if, like, people don't even acknowledge obvious abuses that are taking place? Like, yo, that didn't happen. And, oh, everyone's doing that. Let's be real. It's not a diasporan versus African thing, but what it is just a reality check. So, you know, let's not talk offensively about people on the continent, but use your brain to assess the situation and understand what you have to do. They're not going to do it. So you got to do it for you, right? Stop expecting it. Just go do it and go invest intelligently. I don't need to talk to the average African person. I need to go talk to a lawyer in Africa who's going to work hard for me so he can get my money out of my pocket into his bank account to feed his family. That's it. I need to go talk to, you know, my friends who are building stuff in Africa. And when you talk to these people, they're going to tell you, bro, it's a mindset. My WhatsApp is blowing up right now because my friends are watching it. And they're like, bro, stop arguing with these people. It's a mindset. This is why in the apartment building, we got to, you know, cut the water off for 12 hours a day, because you're dealing with people who will turn on a faucet and never turn it off and let it run all damn day and run the water bill up astronomically. So there's a certain mindset that is prevalent not only in Africa, but also in the United States among our people. Stop dealing with those people thinking you're about to make advancements. You got to find your peers and deal with those people. Art, whoever else over there is not your peer. Go get your feet on the ground. You will find the people there who think like you. And that's when you're going to have success. You will not have success dealing with people who cannot understand the way you think. And it don't matter where you are on the planet. You always have to find like-minded people. And a lot of these people are not like-minded. So stay away from them.
All right. Black Ambassador, go ahead. Closing thoughts.
Yeah, most definitely. I respect everybody who came out to the conversation. It was a good build. You know, I take something positive or negative and put it together, and we move forward. So most of the time when we have these conversations, definitely appreciate people just to provide their perspective, and especially something that you're doing is definitely something that helps. So nevertheless, everybody has an idea, everybody has a method, everybody has a tone, everybody has an attitude, everybody has a behavior, everybody has an idea, everybody has a philosophy, everybody has you see, it can keep going and going and going. So bring all that smoke, bring all that heat, bring all that energy to the table so we can plan something out to get some results. As Malcolm X said, the great Malcolm X, Butler Malcolm X said, the Black race are not outnumbered, but out organized. We are organized truth fighting against, we're unorganized truth fighting against an organized lie. So we got to change that. So as we already know, focus on building, work real hard towards building. The bond is strong. I love my African brothers and sisters on the continent, throughout the world. Together, Africa for Africans, all day, every day. Thanks, D.
All right, just let's see. Hold on, stop the show. Stop the show. My Nigerian brothers and sisters, I love you. Omo Niger, I'm Nigerian. I have covered what's going on with SARS. It's been covered twice. Okay, guys, I need you guys to subscribe and follow. You guys keep coming in here saying, Dynas, this is what's going on. Why aren't you covering it?
Smoke you.
As if I have not covered it. And then I keep responding. I want somebody who's on the ground in Nigeria to email me. If you're on the ground in Nigeria, email me. Okay, again, email me, Uhuru at searchforuhuru.com, or go to dynastymirror.com and come on the show. But I'm getting messages every time. Nigeria is my home. But again, I've covered it. I've covered it. And I still want to cover it, but I want to get somebody on the ground who's actually there to let me know what's going on. So people who keep coming in the chat, Dynas, cover what's going on in Nigeria. I want to. That's my home. I love Nigeria, Omo Niger. But again, someone on the ground, email me. Let's do a show tomorrow. Hell, we could do a show later on tonight. Hit me up. All right, go ahead, Asada.
Thanks, Dynas. But in my closing, I just want to tell us, some of us, we need to work on comprehension, because nowhere in my verbiage did I say trafficking children is okay. I have 7 of my own, and I wish somebody would touch one. So we need to work on our comprehension.
Who said that? Brad, did you say that? Did you say that?
It's in one of the. No, I'm talking about, it's in one of the comments, Dynas. It was in one of the comments.
Oh, okay.
Not you or Brandon. In one of the comments.
Okay. Go ahead.
But we also need to work on our love for messiness, because that's how our Cappy was able to scam those people. They heard us speaking some fuckery. They liked it, so they jumped on the bandwagon. But we are mistreated all over the planet. But my thing was, instead of her dissing them like that, she didn't even have the guts to get to know anybody and see what the culture was like. So instead of getting to know people and find out what's going on to see how you could be of assistance to your sisters and your brothers, she came out on an attack and was trying to help bring them down. And I don't think that's something we should do. I mean, because a lot of the same stuff is going on here. So instead of attacking your people, you said you were going there to hire people. Why don't you sponsor somebody? So instead of doing that, she tried to come out on the diss in front of the whole world. You got enough problems. That shouldn't have been one of them.
Okay. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you go to dynastymirror.com. Grab your books, grab your merchandise. Again, go to dynastymirror.com, support, grab your books, grab your merchandise. Also, tour Sierra Leone, August 21st to the 30th. Come and join us in Sierra Leone. Again, come and join us in Sierra Leone, August 21st through the 30th, everyone. Thank you so much. Love you all. Till next time, family. Dynasty Mirror, Search for Uhuru. Peace.